Yo, gamers, what is going on? Welcome to another episode of Gaming Gone Weird. Hopefully, everybody's doing good and happy new year. This is episode number 66. I am Nicktana, and welcome to Gaming Gone Weird, where we talk about everything and all weird gaming, from the weird games we play and from the weird video game news that might pop up throughout the week. On my right, I have my main man. He's a little salty right now because he is wearing his Washington State gear, but he's kind of upset about the Washington W. But he's here to talk about games. He's riled up, man. Pete, how you doing today?
Oh man, I'm ready for. You know what's nice when the year ends? We have the Game Awards. We talked about just about everything we think we could talk about.
Right.
January 1 hits, and then we get a whole new list of things to talk about.
Right.
A lot of anticipation, a lot of new games on the schedule. I will say this too. I feel a little more now that we've, at least for me, I know you started a lot longer before I did, but doing this show, really diving down into games and developers and like habits of good studios, habits of bad studios, successes, failures. I feel like I'm more equipped to talk about this year than I was last year. And I feel like now that we're actually getting to start January 1, I just feel like we're going to be in a much better position to kind of tackle it from the start versus coming in kind of in the middle and then shows changing a little bit, just like in terms of formats, what we talk about. But I'm excited, man.
No, 100%, because I could get you with that, because when I first started really wanting to cover games and talk about video games and like really had this passion to talk about weird games and like everything about it, it takes a lot of research, and you might learn more about yourself about like trying out different games, because we as this channel and like we also say this message every time we go live. If you guys think a game would be good, just try and play it. Just try out and test horizons of what you guys would think would be a good game, and just trying out new stuff and learning more about ourselves. Like, I really found out that I really like the Dragon Quest series. I never thought in a million years I would play Dragon Quest at all. Pete plays a lot of RPGs now. I never thought he would play a lot of RPGs. He grinds out a lot of these indie games now, and bringing it to you guys and being able to talk about it and really seeing what goes on in the industry and like kind of anticipating all that type of stuff. It feels good. And like you said, man, like only up from here. We keep on improving. Gaming Gone Weird up on top. I definitely like that, the way that sounds.
I'm with you. I agree. I'm excited.
I appreciate it.
It's a big list too. It's a big list coming.
I'm excited to talk about today, man, because we are going to start covering, we're going to start talking about the games that we are anticipating for 2024, and then we're also going to be covering about the new game that has been dropped and everybody has been talking about. It is called Infestation. But before we get into that, I have my man Pete, who's going to kick us off with the question of the day.
So a bit of a hot topic coming out on the social media sphere. Pretty recently, I guess, not too long, but it's been going around. The least favorite controller color. What is the least favorite controller color? If you go to a friend's house, back in the day, and you have 4 or 5 controllers on the ground, even if they're all the same, there is a hierarchy of colors that you go through. So, what is the one that you were grabbing last, or the one you grab and you try to trade, with that friend who says they don't care, but they kind of do, but they're just kind of the nice guy?
So I feel like this is like a big topic. So this topic came about because we've been scrolling on TikTok, and on video game TikTok right now, people are really going in on this topic, and people claim that there is just a controller that is just straight up the worst controller to game with. Like, what gaming controller is just the one that you just stray away from, you'll never buy, you'll never put in your hand. And like Pete said, you're going over to your buddy's house, it feels like you're always going to get that Player 2 controller. Like, no matter what, you're going to get that. You're going to get that Player 2 controller, because as if you come into my house, like, you're a guest, but I'm not going to give you my best controller. Like, that's not how that's going to work, right? Okay. So personally, man, I feel like, I'm going to say like a color. I don't know, like, if I want to say like what controller I wouldn't want the most, have you ever been to a friend's house and like you just see the analogs and they're just beat to hell? They're just so beat up, and you're like, what are you doing to your analogs?
When the rubber tip is worn off and it's just the hard spiky plastic piece underneath,
and it's what are you doing, dude? I had a fun story. My brother, he had a GameCube controller, and it had like some like nice tops to it, like a little like rubbery or some sort of top. I can't really explain it off the top of my head, but like it eventually got chewed up. Like he was chewing on the thing. And I'm like, bro, I'm not using this controller. Because he ended up buying a new one, but we wanted to get down and like games together. Like,
Right.
and I'm like, dude, I'm not touching this beat up controller. Like that's not what we're doing here. But that's what everybody be rocking with.
Right.
The color I will not touch ever when it comes to gaming. I don't care if it's PlayStation. I don't care if it's Switch. I don't care if it's Xbox, PC, whatever. I'm not touching a blue controller. I don't know what it is. I'm not. Blue got to be like so
Blue.
mid-tier like controller color. I think blue is a terrible controller color.
I need to get a visual blue controller and let's just see what comes up.
So Xbox has like an all blue controller. I know PlayStation really doesn't have like the colorways of like the big rush splash colors, but like, dude, the all blue Xbox controller is the ugliest controller in the world, dude. Because
the cobalt blue PlayStation DualSense controller is actually pretty bad now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, they're terrible.
I'm not in.
I'm good. I'm not rocking an all blue controller.
I'm looking at the Xbox One.
The Mad Catz Tiger Stripes, man, the ones with the designs on them.
The gradients are nice, but this all blue one is kind of like just like a plain blue.
Okay, now
I'm actually shocked.
Now that Cooldown is talking, a bluey controller.
That's different. Mm-hmm.
And I will agree with Jerry's. The PlayStation controllers is probably the best controllers out of the bunch. Now, I will say Xbox is a little bit more durable. But I'll go ahead and kick it off to you. What is the worst controller to use for gaming?
So when I was a youngin',
I was like
things like this mattered. Now they definitely do. Right.
He was riding his dinosaur to school. That's cool.
There were certain colors that I didn't touch because you just like a pink controller you shy away from, right? When you're 12, you're like, oh, I don't want the pink one. Now I'm taking it every time.
Okay,
right?
but has any of your homies ever had a pink controller? I don't think I've ever seen a homie with a pink controller.
I've seen purple. I've seen pink.
Purple's tough, though. I will say purple is tough, okay? I haven't seen one of my homies rock with a pink controller. I will say that. But
my Burger King, my Game Boy.
I'm a Burger King. Bro, talking
about
fast food.
Have a good night. I'll see you later.
The Halo Coke and fries at Burger King. The Halo 3 Coke and fries. Is he good? We got a whole 53 minutes,
only
bro.
7 minutes
lock in.
Man.
He talking about Burger King. He ain't eat dinner. Go ahead though. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. I see you.
Okay.
You got it.
Anyway, I was gonna say a yellow controller is not one that I touch.
Okay.
I throw the yellow controllers to the side.
Oh, dude. Like
if I don't think it looks good on a vehicle, I don't want it on the controller.
Okay.
I don't think yellow cars, yellow controllers, anything like that. You're just holding a subtitle. It's just not good.
Right. Because like they got neon green, and I like the neon green. Like that's cool to me.
Not yellow.
Yeah, but that's not yellow. I never seen like a pea yellow controller before. Like a lemon controller.
I'm pretty sure N64 yellow controller. I'm pretty sure there is one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, I could
like. I don't like the Pikachu one either, but it's like yellow and blue. It's like a two-tone.
All right,
I just don't think
we're kind of pushing the topic here.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Let me know in the comments down below, or let us know live what the worst controller color is.
It's yellow.
It's definitely blue. I think maybe blue and yellow could be terrible.
Yeah, no, it is.
Wait, did you just say that?
There's a two-tone.
You
it's
just said
terrible.
about the Pikachu one? And I just said, like, hold on, calm down. Before we get into our first topic of the day, guys, I want to say thank you guys again. Again, this is the new year, new us, same show. We do talk about weird games on here, so if that's something you do like, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We do go live at 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday to bring you guys everything gaming news and what we're up to. Make sure you guys like, comment, all that type of stuff. I am going to kick it off with the games that are coming out this week. And drum roll, please. It's nothing. Nothing is coming out this week. It's absolutely nothing. So your guys' wallets do get a break.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I think everybody went hard before the holiday season, so you guys do not even have to worry about any games. I was really hoping that I could give you guys an S-tier games that were coming out and be like, hey, you know what? This is the game that I'm buying this week. And it's like, nope. I'm just going to keep on playing Dragon Quest Monsters and be on my way. So that's what the schedule's looking like for me.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not touching anything except Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush.
I started that this week, so we've got Let's Plays going on for that. But, dude, so far, yeah, you sold it. So it's pretty excellent as far as the game goes. Like everything's. I know you've done a review on it. I want to stretch it out, but it's worth it. It's worth the cost for sure.
Yeah, well, I definitely want to hear about it once you beat the game for sure. We'll definitely talk about it. Getting into our first topic, this has been kind of something that's been spreading across the internet. It's kind of like the hype thing right now. If you guys don't know, or if you guys were back in the day watching these type of shows, Disney had a Mickey Mouse special, and it was called Steamboat Willie. Well, the Steamboat Willie public domain is now been released January 1st of this year. So what does that mean for Steamboat Willie? That means that basically anybody can kind of take that idea and fantasize it to any way they want. The biggest topic that has been coming out for the Steamboat Willie is a game that just got announced, and this has been like the spawn camping of public domain that I've ever seen, because there's two things that I'm going to be talking about. But the first thing we're going to be talking about is a game called Infestation 88. And Infestation 88 is a game by Nightmare Forge Games, and it's a co-op horror in which you're an exterminator treating sinister infestations caused by twisted versions of classic characters and unbanned legends. Have you been seeing a lot of this infestation stuff? It is crazy.
Day one. These were the first things that were in my feed. Obviously, this is like a pretty significant public domain release because of just the way Disney is. So for people to have access to this immediately, here's another crazy thing to think about. Some game studios and other media studios saw that Steamboat Willie, this is like right place, being first to whatever, right? Like they saw that it was becoming public domain. They said, all right, let's commit time and resources to making a horror game featuring, I mean, it's going to blow up, right? Because that's the first one on the market, seemingly. So they were like, let's take the risk. Let's build a horror survival game. Let's feature, because they know it's going to get a bunch of press too. Right. So it's like such a big risk, but I think it'll probably pay off. And if it's even decent, if it's got like a Lethal Company type of vibe, if they have proximity chat and they're being hunted by a giant mat, like that, it looks like a mod right off the bat, and the mods are going to go crazy on it. So I think it's pretty interesting, man. And it's a potentially a top of mind business decision by the studio as well. Like, hey, this is going to come out. Let's be ready 24 hours after launch, get this thing on the market right away.
I do want to correct myself, though, because I did say the wrong name. It was called Infestation and then the number, but that recently got changed due to the number meaning a significantly thing that if you want to research on your own, you definitely can. I will not bring it up on this podcast due to reasons I don't want to talk about, but it is called Infestation Origins. And I also want to bring out that the trailer for IGN right now, after a day, it has been sitting at 1.1 million views on the IGN trailer. So that's absolutely crazy. And I think this game actually looks like pretty freaking cool. Like you said, it feels like a mod. It feels like a mod. It feels like it's going to be fun. I think the graphics look really well done. And I kind of dig the vibe of like an infestation, like rat extermination thing. And then like, obviously, if you're running around and stuff can pop out and kill you, and then the map regenerates, or like different maps pop up, or different random events or activities happen. I feel like this game could be very freaking fun. It is by an indie studio called Nightmare Forge Games, and they already claimed that they have bought assets for the game, but they are planning on putting in a lot of work for the highly anticipated game. This is stuff that's been like going on and been talking about in their Discord. As you know, like I bring that up because the day before, as you remember, they bought a lot of their assets for the game, and they rarely worked on anything significantly for it. I also want to highlight a tweet that they put out due to changing the name. And it says, our game Infestation 88 is set in the 1980s, with the year 1988 chosen simply due to its symmetrical design in the game's artwork / logo. Unfortunately, we were unaware of any additional meanings to the number 88. However, after learning about this, we're changing the game's name to Infestation Origins. We apologize for our ignorance on this and appreciate that this was brought to our attention so we could address it ASAP. So let's get this out of the way. I'm buying it. So I don't know about you. I don't know if this I don't even know a price point. I don't think it'll be $60.
$15.
You think it'll be a cheap game? I think it'll be a cheap game too.
15, 20. They'll push it. They'll push it because they're like first to the market. So I think they'll be able to get away with it. Especially if there's replayability. I bet they push for 20 to 25 would be my guess. Although looking at it should probably be 15.
They definitely made Steamboat Willie look really, really creepy. Like I was very in shock to see from what the before looked like, because he's all happy. He's like, yeah, I'm in my boat. He's like, I got a few White Claws on this boat. And he's like chilling, he's riding around, and then you got him now after 30 White Claws, and he crashed his boat. And that is the origin of
that's the next day.
That is the next day after the White Claws.
Right.
Yeah, right. I feel like this could be a game for like a great game night, like a
party game.
Your boy. Yeah, party game. It said 1 to 4 co-op. So I thought that was very cool, and it obviously the anticipation and hype is like up there for it because everybody is watching the trailer, everybody's joining up the Discord. At one point, they had to like turn off chat for the Discord just for the mere fact of like they didn't want like a bunch of questioning and like they didn't want to bring up the negative of that. They're trying to keep that hype going for this game.
Yeah, I think that any news. Do I think they made this with some kind of, ill intention? No, I think it was a coincidence. Because I looked up, there's several meanings in different cultures even. So I think it was a coincidence, and I think that the internet took it and decided what it meant.
Right.
And so it's easier instead of fighting it and trying to like, I could see like, I don't know how many games this studio has made. I don't know how big they are, but if this is something that, maybe if this is their most expensive title, I'm sure they just want to like put it behind them ASAP and say, you know what, we're not even going to fight it. You guys can think what you want. We'll just call ourselves ignorant and name it something else. They could have called it Infestation 1988.
Right.
Origins. It's like a totally different feel, but I think it's gonna be fun, man.
I just looked up, and it seems like this is the first game that they are actually putting out. So
even more so. Yeah. Even more so.
I want to say, like, honestly, like, even with everything going on, congrats to them because the hype is kind of real right now. It's kind of exciting to see, and I think it's going to bring a different type of game to to 2024. And I want to see what the best game is going to be Steamboat Willie wise, because like I just said, we have the game that's coming out, and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else capitalizes it and somebody tries to take that same idea. Like, after seeing the success of what this game possibly be, like, I feel like a lot of people are going to try taking that shot at seeing what they can make.
Yeah, it'll be a money grab for sure. I'm trying to think of like Steamboat Willie BR.
Infestation VR would be crazy.
That's what I'm thinking. Who knows? It'll be, it's a big swing, and hopefully it'll hit. Right now it's getting plenty of publicity. So
I also want to bring up that I did say up there were 2 Steamboat Willie related topics that we were talking about, because yesterday another topic did get brought up for the Steamboat Willie kind of like fantasization, and it is a movie called Mickey Mouse Trap, which kind of takes that same similar style, and it's basically about a bunch of teens. They're trapped in a carnival set area, and Mickey Mouse goes on a killing spree. He's definitely not happy, but in the trailer, there are Steamboat Willies, like the cartoon is playing in the background, and there's like a creepy mask, and obviously he's just like watching and terrifying these people. and it looks cool. I think this is the first Steamboat Willie short film that is going to get released.
How many we need, we don't know. Maybe just the one.
Like,
I don't know how many short films.
But remember when they had the Winnie the Pooh movie, the scary Winnie the Pooh movie?
Yeah. Blood and Honey.
Yeah, Blood and Honey. Like that did really good though. Like I mean, like people were talking about it like crazy. Like it just. I have this realization that no promo is bad promo. Like if you make a scary Winnie the Pooh movie, it's already going to be talked about.
Right.
It's already going to be brought up.
And no one has expectations, right? Like the expectations for this movie are going to be so low, but it's going to be so bad that it's going to be good. Like it's going to be one of those things like, hey, put it on. It's hilarious. Like this, it's going to be a cult classic.
Right. Did I think that this movie was going to be high quality? This thing has the same knife that I use in my kitchen to cut my chicken up.
I was going to say, that's not cutting. I know that knife. Okay. It barely cuts onions. This is
me looking into the kitchen waiting for the food to be done, bro. Like this ain't nothing really scary to me. You know what I'm saying? Bro got like on a hockey jersey. Like I don't really see the fear in this, but I mean, hey, somebody might find this scary. Like the Winnie the Pooh one was actually pretty freaking terrifying.
Have you seen it?
No, I've seen the trailer and there's a lot of gore. And we're talking about like Slaughterhouse. Like I'm not.
Yeah. No,
this is more like a teen horror. Like like
a slasher.
Yeah, like Jason's chasing you down and
Scream,
like
kind of. Scream
is the mac and cheese ready? Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's the first thing I thought about when I see when I see that. Let me know what you guys think about the two new ideas that are coming based on Steamboat Willie. I mean, we're probably going to get a lot of these, so we'll definitely bring that up. And at the end of the year, we'll have a Steamboat Willie award just for that.
All right. You heard it here first.
Steamboat Willie award.
Tell you what.
Getting into our second topic of the day, there are rumors that a new Banjo-Kazooie has been greenlight for 2024. So this is a rumor, obviously, so don't come to me if the game doesn't ever get released and be like, oh, Nick set us up, Nick got our hopes up, whatever. But a famous leaker of some sort, his name is Drake, he did end up tweeting that Banjo-Kazooie is possibly coming back, and the idea got greenlit. The Drake.
Oh, bro.
The Drake.
What if it was, though?
The rapper.
As himself, leaked, he's like, I'll name myself Drake. It's genius.
It was leaked. It was leaked in For All My Dogs, where he clearly said in track 15 that Banjo-Kazooie getting leaked 2024. Just wait on it.
How did we miss those bars, dude? That's crazy.
It's so obvious. It was there the whole time. Like the one guy who likes Drake and Banjo-Kazooie, he's like, did you hear it? Did you hear it?
I knew it.
Right. But it said that everything did get greenlit in 2022, so development is probably taking a decent amount of time. So we don't know when the actual release date or if this game is actually coming out. But they did say that this is a game that's probably going to get revived. And I think with Game Pass kind of building up its game catalog and starting to be able to take a step back and maybe focus on those older games that people want them to bring back, take their time with it, I think it's something that they can do. Would you be interested in a new Banjo-Kazooie game?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. And it's probably going to be way too long, but I never had the opportunity to play these like PlayStation 2 platformers because I just never had the consoles for it. Mm-hmm. So to play games like Banjo-Kazooie, what's the raccoon?
Sly Cooper.
Come
on, bro.
Ratchet and Clank. Get it together, bro. Any of those platformers, dude, all those reviews, and I was watching G4, like all of those platformers, I never got to play. So if these types of games are all coming back and being remastered and remade, I would love it. Would love that.
No, I'm definitely excited for it. Platformers is the big thing to me, and I feel like bringing it back an old classic like this, if they could do it right. And I think like with the graphics and the technology they have to this date, it could be something very crazy. Mm-hmm. Tim also said, I'm surprised no one's jumping on the Minnie Mouse IP entering into public domain this year.
Give it time.
Well. Yeah. Give it about like 5 days. We'll be waiting on
Give it the weekend. Someone will come around.
Some's definitely cooking it up right now. Right. Somebody is definitely cooking it up.
That's so
the Minnie Mouse IP would go crazy.
I'm trying to think what a good Minnie Mouse IP would be.
Minnie Mouse.
I'll get back to you after the weekend.
Minnie Mouse Bakery, the game.
Yeah,
Minnie Mouse Overcooked Edition. I don't know.
dude, we played that over New Year's.
Scary Minnie Mouse. You played Overcooked? Is it good?
Yes, it is good.
Yeah.
It's extremely frustrating.
Did you
but
play
it's
like
good.
co-op or did you play single player?
We play co-op.
Or were you just like the angry chef yelling at your workers like, what
Yes,
are we
chef.
doing?
Yes,
What are we
chef.
do- Yes, chef. Yes,
Get back
chef.
on sides. Why are you over here? Wash dishes. I'm like, okay.
Pasta, garlic bread. Pasta,
The rice is
garlic
burnt.
bread.
The rice is burned. I'm like,
Hold on. Stir.
yeah, it's cool, man. That's a fun party game. That'd be fun.
Dude,
with
there's
four people.
you know that TikTok show that always pops up. It's like that dude from Shameless, and it's called like The Bear or
Yeah,
something.
the bear. Yeah.
It's the cooking show, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called, The Bear?
Yeah.
I want to watch that show so bad.
It's
'Cause
amazing.
he seems so angry, but he's just so passionate. That's what a chef needs. A chef needs to be passionate about his work.
It's extreme. It's really well made. It's a good show. It's very dramatic, but it's good.
Xbox has a lot going on for them right now, too. I did want to bring that up because we are on the topic of Banjo-Kazooie. I kind of want to tie this into the topic.
Yeah.
That the games that are coming out for Xbox Game Pass this week are actually very good. So, like, Resident Evil 2 is going to be on Game Pass for this month. So, that's kind of a big deal. So, like, if they start doing the Resident Evil series and, like, they start with, like, 2, then you get 3, I'm like, that's, like, a very good reason to get to Game Pass. And then they We Are Happy Few. That's a good one that's coming out. And then they also have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is easily an 100-hour game. Yeah, I know you're pumped about that. You haven't talked about Assassin's Creed in like 2 episodes. Like I should see you sweating about it, so I had to bring it up.
And those episodes were terrible. So
those episodes were
they were not
objectively
good.
our worst episodes. numbers say it. You know what, man? I think New Year, New Us. We just don't bring up Assassin's Creed on this show.
I didn't.
No, like you did though. Like
we have
you
to bring it
led
up
me
though,
into
later
it.
though in the show when we talk about something. But
I'm not bringing it up later in the show.
All right.
We're done
Once a
here.
month.
We're
Once a month.
cutting it up. No, we're
Once
cutting
a
it off,
month.
bro. Like, see, bro, New Year, New You, bro. Like, you can't just sit there and bring up Assassin's Creed every single time.
all right, fair enough.
I'm just saying, like, do you understand why though? Because it's just,
No.
it's not fair to everybody else.
It's
It really
the most
isn't.
fair. It's actually a gift.
It's a gift.
It's a gift every week. You are welcome.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, why don't you give us the gift of what topic number 3 is for the day then?
All right, topic number 3, which I want to say this happened 3 days ago. As far as a new movie coming out, another video game adaptation, which is not the game that I would have guessed for them to adopt next, but I'm sure because of the success, someone jumped on it or someone's kids. They're like, what are you playing for 20 hours a week? 30, let me rephrase, 60, 80 hours a week. What are you playing? There's a new Minecraft movie coming out. It's not animated. And who is playing the main character of Steve has been cast with Jack Black, believe it or not.
Interesting.
So he's joining another big actor, Jason Momoa. And Jason Momoa, you guys know from Aquaman, which I don't know what he's going to play in that. But I did see another one. Who Enderman has it rumored. Who's playing Enderman in the Minecraft movie? It was another big name actor that was being. Oh, Aaron Paul, the guy from Breaking Bad, is coming in to play the Enderman.
I don't know who that is.
You ever seen Breaking Bad? It's just the 2 guys, though. It's not Walt. It's the sidekick.
Okay.
So he's gonna play the Enderman, or at least it's been
Wait.
rumored that he's gonna play Enderman.
Who auditions for these, bro? I feel like you don't audition for these anymore. They just say we want Jack Black, like no matter what.
I think so. Okay,
There's
so
no way that Jack Black's like, yeah, I want to be Steve.
I think they went. Mario made $1 billion. He was the main character. He knows how to do video game movies. Let's bring in Jack Black. Jason
Fair.
Momoa, very famous right now. Let's bring him in.
Okay.
But it's not animated, so I don't really know. And also, what's the story? You have the quest, but what's the story going to be? So I don't know how this is going to be. I mean, I foresee like the adventure going on, and then the environments all be pixels. So imagine, I'm picturing like a really bad green screen where Jack Black's running in the Minecraft world. and he's like hitting blocks and they crumble like it's in Minecraft, but it's a live action Jack Black. I'm very confused. I don't know how to picture this, but I'll see it. I'll see anything with Jack Black in it, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this.
So,
what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are I think it will be a very successful movie. I mean, anything with Minecraft in it, I feel like does very well. Yep. We have the Minecraft game that people still play to this date. I feel like people even gave the Minecraft Legends, that one game that came out, they gave that a shot. There was a bunch of Minecraft games that get released and they at least get a little bit of like functionality and people play them a little bit. I feel like Minecraft is trying to spread itself out. Like they're trying to grow like an empire at this point. Like Minecraft is their baby. I feel like they're always going to focus on Minecraft, but now they're taking over and they have like a Minecraft dungeon crawler. And then now they have that like weird Minecraft. It's kind of like League of Legends. I forgot exactly what it was called, but they have those two. And now they're starting to get into the film. And I think we're going to see this a lot down the road. We just saw, like you said, Mario made $1 billion. And Mario, I mean, even though it is Mario, probably one of the greatest video game characters of all time, like maybe hands down. Yeah. I mean, everybody knows who Mario is. I feel like people like Minecraft isn't quite to that level, but I feel like it could be to that level. And people who do enjoy Minecraft will go see that movie no matter what it is. Mario, like we kind of thought the same thing. What could the Mario movie be about? And it did have a little bit of plot to it, but it was kind of made like the main story. It was just like, okay, Mario needs to get back home and save the world from destruction. Pretty much bottom line, but like it has the same
right.
same
which
like,
is most Marvel movies, by the way.
Right, but like I was trying to like, so I kind of like when I going into that, I was like, well, usually like he saves Princess Peach. But in this movie, like Princess Peach really, I mean, like the kingdom technically did because Bowser wanted to marry her and yada, yada, yada. So, but there was more to that because it was like, oh, well, now we got to get the Donkey Kong kingdom on our side. And we have to like make an alliance so we could have more protection. So like there will be like little plots like that going into the movie. Like it's probably not going to be like, oh, Jack Black builds a house and like protects himself from the creepers that blow up the house.
Dude, okay. Who's gonna play the creeper? They gotta get some hate, like King Joffrey from Game of Thrones has gotta play the creeper or something.
It's gotta be someone that like you would laugh if you saw them. But like I wouldn't even like expect them to say a word. Like it would just be funny just to see them like walking around.
Just John Cena playing the creepers. Like
John Cena
just exploding constantly.
Drizzy Drake playing the creeper.
Dude. Yeah, I'm guessing it'll be a fairly simple plot of like something's destroying the world and he's got to go stop it somehow. That'd be my guess. Something kind of basic because it's going to be a lot of kids, so it's got to be relatively simple to follow, even if there are adult themes. I feel like where Jack Black is, either The Rock or Kevin Hart are not too far behind. Although I think this project is probably beneath both of them. What
if The Rock was the Ender Dragon though?
Down.
I need to see more of this cast. What really bugged me is I went to go look up a trailer for this movie. You'd think they would have a little bit of something, but they just don't. There's just nothing at all.
It'll be secret for a while. I don't know what to expect, man. I'll see it because it's a gaming movie. I think it'd be really fun to like collect all of the video game adaptation movies. I think that'd be cool to have, just like some kind of hard copy collection of all that stuff. I don't know what to expect. It's not going to be as successful as Mario. Again, it's not animated, so I think part of the reason that Mario was successful is because it was animated. It's really hard to get away with live action stuff sometimes, so we'll see.
Which was very like weird to me because I feel like Minecraft would be the perfect animated movie.
Oh.
Like what real life Minecraft stuff could you do? I mean, the world is literally blocks, bro. Like it's not
right. And why couldn't you just have them voice over?
So all right, I'll tell you what happens right now. They wake up, bro. They're in the normal world. Mimosa wakes up.
I'm out. No, I don't like movies where you get sucked into a universe and you have to get out.
Jason Mimosa wakes up from his king bed, has a cup of coffee, and he gets sucked into the Minecraft world.
I'm out.
Because he's like, there's the Ender portal. Ah! Falls into the portal.
What?
He wakes up. Jack Black's over him. Well, hello. You gotta get me back home, man. He's like shaking him. You gotta get me back home.
Jason Momoa plays himself.
Yeah. You gotta get me back home.
I'm a famous actor. I'm Aquaman. You gotta get me back.
Who?
I'm Khal Drogo. You gotta get me back.
This is not a joke anymore. Like, how do we get out? We gotta defeat him. And it's like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Ender Dragon.
For Raw. For SmackDown 2024. So stupid.
Nah, who's the dude who plays in the Fast and Furious? Vin Diesel. That's who it is. It's Vin Diesel. He's the Ender Dragon. So yeah, I saved you guys the $20 to go see the movie and get a popcorn. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the plot's gonna be.
IGN's gonna say 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna go see it. They're gonna give it an 8 and be like, it's lacking, blah blah blah. You're like,
it really doesn't touch on the grown man audience. Like,
right.
It really doesn't hit to me. I'm 37. Like, okay. Like,
my kids were snoring halfway through. You're like, your kids are in college. What do you want from them? Yeah. So I'm gonna see it. I don't know what the plot could be. I'm always wary of live action stuff, man. I think some things should stay animated. And,
is it I'm saying Jason Mimosa. Why has no one stopped me?
I thought you were making a joke, so I was going with you. I thought we were doing a bit, honestly.
Bro, I've been saying Jason Mimosa for 3 freaking days, Peter.
I thought we were doing a bit.
Peter, no. It's not a freaking bit, bro. I've been saying Jason Mimosa for 3 freaking days.
It was a bit, dude.
You never stopped me. You were a terrible friend. No, I seriously thought.
I thought it was a bit.
Dude, I know something was wrong. I'm like, there's no way this dude is named after an orange juice vodka. But I'm like, in my head, like, you just didn't say anything. That's why I'm mad. That's the
I was
whole
just
reason.
rolling. I thought you were cracking jokes. I was like, all right, this is
no,
the
bro.
bit.
There was no joke, bro.
Yeah,
Everybody,
it's definitely not
look,
Mimosa.
Momoa.
I thought you were
Jason Mimosa. Sounds like a terrible drink. The Jason Mimosa. Anyway, yeah, dude. Seriously, I'm done, bro. Like, oh my god, bro.
Short episode today, folks.
No, I just said, bro, you almost walked off earlier. I said Jason Mimosa. These guys are irritated. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay. Getting into topic number 4. We are going to be talking about the very early 2024 Video Game Awards. Kicking it off with 3 games that we are both very excited about. Pete's going to go ahead and share a game. I'm going to share probably a better game than what he's going to share. And you guys
I'll just say games I'll finish. Anyway, the 3 games that I'm excited for 20.
Whoa, bro. You're not going to do that to me. You're not going to do that to me, bro. You're not going to disrespect me after I've been saying mimosa for the past 20 minutes.
You disrespected yourself.
You're not going to do that to me, but I will let you go ahead and kick it off. And we also have awards that we are giving out very early for the 2024 Gaming Gone Weird.
Our way too early picks.
Game Awards. Our way too early picks for 2024. So, Pete, kick it off with your looking forward title of 2024.
I have 3 titles that I am seriously looking at to play for 2024. And I'll go into a little bit on each one, at least from what we know so far. First one is going to be Star Wars Outlaws. I will play any Star Wars game at least once. I'm a fan of the universe, and Star Wars Outlaws looks to be an open world RPG style. Think of like an old Western, but in the Star Wars universe. So it's probably going to be closer to like Red Dead, I guess, as far as like a Star Wars game. So open world, it's going to be less of a focus on soldiers and Jedi and more of a focus on like the scum of the earth, the bounty hunters, the Tatooine commoners you're going around. I imagine there's going to be bounties and missions in some of the videos that I looked at as well. So like if you get caught committing crimes, you'll be wanted in the area. And then for what I can see, troops will come after you to arrest you, similar to GTA. So it's probably going to have that style where you can't just get away, go into a town and massacre everyone and bounce out without any consequences. So I do like that. It's an open world Star Wars game. It's a pretty easy sell for me. For the second game that I'm excited.
Whoa. whoa.
Are we alternating? Oh,
Can
my
we
bad.
go snake here?
Snake draft? Go ahead.
Like I don't like I saw like bro the excitement, and I had a question about Star Wars,
yeah,
man.
go ahead.
Like, can I like, hey, like let me assist you with the questions here. So you're telling me it's gonna be like Star Wars and Grand Theft Auto combined?
I think so.
Are you worried that Ubisoft is making this game?
I think so.
Is that like the main? So what?
You know who other great games Ubisoft made?
Don't even say it.
All right.
Don't even say it. So the only reason I asked is because like that would be my first thought would be like, okay, like a Grand Theft Auto, like open world, like kind of Star Wars thing. You can kind of like ride around, like shoot at whatever the bad guys are in Star Wars. Sorry, I'm not a Star Wars fanatic. Y'all could get, what are they, stormtroopers?
Maybe. The video didn't really highlight like the stuff we usually see in Star Wars games. So I didn't see really any lightsabers from what I remember. I didn't see stormtroopers jumping out of ship, stuff like that. I mean, you were sneaking through this hangar trying to steal stuff, and then you're being chased by these just like, I don't know, just random alien type creatures, and they're chasing you through the desert. So it looks a little more I think outlaw is the right way to describe it. So I think it's going to be a little more GTA, a little more Red Dead kind of.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah.
That's a good number one, but let me top it for you, all right? Because look, they don't want to hear about that Star Wars shit, man. They don't want to hear about it. They're over that, right? What we are going to be talking about is a great game called Metaphor Fantasia. Okay, listen, all right? I heard the sigh, and I'm really mad about that, and I'm really irritated, all right? You know who made this game? The same people who worked on the Persona games that are very, very good. And people play them all the time. Persona 5 was like a 10 out of 10 game. IGN. Do I go by IGN ratings? No, absolutely not. I feel like some of them are foolish. Whatever, bro. Sorry, IGN. No backlash here. We're not going to have no gaming gone weird. IGN beef. You probably don't know who we are. Whatever. Anyway.
Oh, they're aware, dude. They're aware.
Oh, yeah, they're watching. They're watching. No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, but like 10 out of 10, that's kind of a high, like, that's a high standard to being held. And also I played a little bit of Persona 4, thought it was really good. I'm looking forward to Persona 3. This game, like I said, it is made by the same people that did work on those Persona games. And also, I'm very excited about it, because the only reason I really don't get into the Persona stories, I would say though too, is because I feel like I'm behind, because I didn't play 3, 4, 5. I know they're all different stories and stuff like that, but now we're kind of talking about like a new world. We're talking about new characters. We're talking about like a whole new like franchise, possibly. So I want to get on board of this franchise before it's too late and I miss the hype train.
All right.
And I'm excited about it, and I think it'll be great.
It's an RPG, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Don't it just look great? What, the cat?
I didn't even see the cat. All right, I'm in.
Not your cup of tea? Hey, I know Eric. Cats. I know Eric hyped in the chat, bro. Eric, come on, give me one.
I know Persona's good, so I'm sure it'll be good. It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a lot of RPGs coming out this year, like JRPGs.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be the year.
I saw a big list.
It's gonna be the year for JRPGs for sure. Yeah. But it uses the same mechanics from like to SMT. So it's basically like that same type of thing where it's like I think it's like turn-based and stuff like that. Yeah. But it looks promising, very promising, and it's going to be on Game Pass, so we don't even have to buy it.
W.
All right, you can go ahead with number 2 then, buddy. I love the enthusiasm.
The number 2 title.
Love the enthusiasm from you. Thank you. I didn't do that to you, but like, that's
you
cool.
did. Yeah, you did. You said nobody wants to hear about Star Wars. But
I said we're all tired. You go ahead, bro. Number 2.
All right, number 2 title that I have on my list. I know everyone's going to be down for this. Yes, Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game. My hope. Now, all we have is a teaser trailer, but I love Lord of the Rings. I love that. That's my favorite universe. It has been presented in the teaser trailer as sort of a cozy game. So I imagine, or I'm hoping, maybe like a Lord of the Rings Stardew type vibe. I don't know if it's going to be like a top down. I don't know if it's going to be like a management type game. but it's presented itself as like a cozy game where it takes place in the Shire. So whatever that looks like. We've got no gameplay yet, but we do have like a fairly high budget teaser. So
okay, so my question to you is like, what would a cozy Lord of the Rings game look like to you? Like, are you talking like hobbits? Are you talking about the little stone huts that they're in? Probably like setting up like furniture and going out and like getting materials, kind of like a I guess I would like to say a what would be the best way?
Like I think like a farm simulator type thing.
Kinda. Like maybe like an Animal Crossing a little bit.
Yeah. I think the potentially is probably some farming aspects to it. I hadn't even thought about like there's probably some like decoration type, build out your little space type thing. I don't know if there's like conflict or anything like that, or if it's more of a, make sure your crops don't die, or make sure, I don't know. They can go a lot of different directions. I'm picturing a top down style, but it could also be, I could see like a third person over the shoulder type thing. But we'll see.
Okay. I like that pick. That's good. Now time for an even better pick. So like I'm going to go 2-0 here. All right.
No, you're right. You've been super nice this whole time.
Yeah, I've been really stepping up the game around here. Yeah. And everybody, before y'all get upset, I'm messing with Peter like halfly. But all right, we're going to go ahead and get into the second pick. My second most anticipated game for 2024 is Rise of the Ronin. This game looks absolutely stunning. The whole concept is it's kind of like has that Ghost of Tsushima type vibe, where it's kicked off into the 19th century Japan, and the combat focused is an open world action RPG from Team Ninja. They also worked on games like Neo and Ninja Garden. So that it gets me very excited. I love that these like samurai Japanese type style games. I'm a really big fan of Ghost of Tsushima. I've said that very openly on like this show, on Twitter or anything. So getting another samurai game, especially someone who'd worked on games like that before, like Ninja Garden and stuff, I'm super geeked about it, and that's gonna be probably a day one buy for me. I probably will buy it on PlayStation, and I just have very high expectations for that.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I saw a little bit of gameplay from like a 2024 release kind of preview thing. It reminds me of that Ghost of the Tsushima look.
Right. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like kind of reading up on it on PlayStation's website. I mean, it has a lot of close combat fighting, so obviously like samurai swords, and they might have like a parry gun, stuff like that. But like you can kind of tell like it does take a lot of inspiration from that. The game looks very well crafted. It looks like a very hyper realistic game with like a lot of like high textures and a lot of like I've seen a lot of bamboo trees, stony paths. Like it's gonna be a beautiful looking game. And it's really trying to compare itself to like, even if you scroll down and saying like Ghost of Tsushima, Neo, Sekiro. So it's trying to compare itself to those type of games as well. So I mean, if you like samurais cutting, dicing, slicing, and dicing, you will definitely like this one.
You good?
Gaming Gamer said, "You not playing Persona? Stop lying. Star Wars is awesome." Wow, chat's really with me today. Go ahead and get with topic number 3, or not topic number. Oh my god, game number 3.
In the spirit of finishing a JRPG front to back this year and thoroughly enjoying it, I was looking at the list of other stuff coming out. And another one that looked fairly unique as far as like just all the styles from what I was looking at. Unicorn Overlord was the title I was looking at as well, to keep in line with making sure that I'm beating at least one RPG or JRPG a year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but can be when games are long.
Dude, those JRPGs are always like super, super long. So like saying it just like, oh, we're just beating one, how hard could that be? And it's like, no, you would think, but
it's like, a lot of work.
Sea of Stars, that was even a game that was a 40-hour game, probably more, depending on what exactly you did. So when you have to do like side missions and there's just a lot more to it, like it could take multiple hours on end.
There's a lot of dialogue. Anything turn-based is just going to take longer anyway. So this one, I liked the it was like a top-down, but then the combat, it looked it almost.
I'm
Dude,
seeing
it
like
had
a,
this,
I'm
like,
seeing like a
zoomed in
side
view.
vision. I'm seeing like a side vision. It doesn't look top down to me.
Like when you're exploring the world, there was more of a top-down view where it's like you have your little character and it's roaming around. But during the combat stuff, it was like zoomed in. You know, when they're on horses and stuff, like all the combat was super zoomed in, and it looked more. I don't know, man. They just combined a lot of different elements, and it just looked. I don't know. It just looked fascinating to it just looked fascinating. So I'm interested as far as like playing one and trying to beat one a year.
Right.
And this one looked like one of those.
No, we should definitely do that because I was thinking about playing the same game. I didn't have it on my list, but this was one that I probably ended up wanting to play. The thing about it is I really like the concept and the art style of like the I mean, you're seeing a lot of dragons, horses, knights. I think that's very cool. Shields and swords. I think that's like, you know, like they're riding horseback and they have like sword.
It's like medieval. Yeah,
medieval. That's the best word for it. And I think that's super cool. And the art style looks very cool. I think the combat screen looks very good. I'm doing the research right now, and it does come out March of this year, so that we do have time to probably complete that if we do want to try to. And I think we should both play it.
Okay.
Like, we'll make it like our Sea of Stars thing.
Yeah, they it just looks. I don't know. It just looks a lot different than other things I've tried. So I think it's somewhere. And they said there was, if I've got it right, 50 some different allies you can add to your party. You can add all different kinds of units. Yeah, like 50 plus different units. Different allies or units you can add to your party. So when you're gearing up for battle, you can have all different kinds of combinations. So kind of pumped for that. They said beasts.
Okay.
Like angelic beings, like all kinds of stuff. So I'm interested.
Okay. To kind of round out my top three, my last game on here, I'm surprised you didn't have this one on here. It's going to Black Myth Wukong. I generally love these type of games. It's like an RPG game. They're kind of comparing it to like an Elden Ring type style game. But it says Black Myth Wukong is an action RPG rooted in Chinese mythology. You shall set out as a destined one to venture into the challenges and marvels ahead to uncover the obscure truth beneath the veil of a glorious legend from the past. The graphics for this looks very sweet. It does have that like dodge roll mechanic thing that the Soulsborne games do have. And I think the Chinese mythology that they threw into this, we watched this at the Game Awards. They had a trailer for this, and it looked very good. I like the way the enemies look. Like for these type of games, enemies, the way they look is like a big aspect of like if I want to play it. Because if I'm gonna play a game, I want to be in depth with like the combat. I don't want to be fighting like booty, ugly monsters. Like that's not my deal. You know, but like if you fight the same boring monsters all the time,
there's a blueprint. There's a blueprint for sure of you know, there's always some like giant beast holding a sword or some kind of like the mythology stuff. It gets so like it's just so imaginative. So for games like even you know, God of War, yeah, we recognize the names, but they can kind of design them any way they want. For a game like Elden Ring, whatever they're doing over there, I mean, they're just coming up with the strangest. It's just like so much imagination. So when you see things, you're like, that's horrible and super gross, and I'm actually terrified, you know, or like it's just so beyond what normal is. It just makes it fun to play. So yeah, if the bad guys are good, then whatever the content is good.
Cool. Yeah, those are my three games. Those are our top three games that we're anticipating for 2024. And I want to go ahead and kick it off to Pete because we are going to be doing the Gaming Gone Weird, the way too early rewards. So giving out the flop of the year. Pete, announce the winner. That's going to be the flop of the 2024 year.
I think a highly anticipated flop coming. I think it's coming soon. Is going to be Skull and Bones. This game's been in development for a long time. It's been delayed like 7 times or something like that. Yep. It's been delayed a lot. It's kind of coming off. I don't know if it's the same studio as Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but it's kind of like that pirate we already have a wildly successful pirate game, basically. So I'm a little nervous. Obviously, the graphics are less cartoony, but I can't even think of what it's called now. Now that I need to go say the name, but there's a wildly successful pirate game already on the market. What's it called, dude? The Microsoft one.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. So it looks a lot like Black Flag. I think there's some elements where you might have like a home base you can operate out of. It looks cool. Like the ship warfare is going to be cool. I'm sure you're going to be able to customize your ship. There's going to be all kinds of cool weapons. You might be able to board. We'll see. I'm just very nervous about this one. I think it's going to be very expensive, not a lot of payoff.
This one definitely got me shaken too. I love like the pirate aesthetic. The fighting on ships. Like I really like Sea of Thieves. I just never really have anybody to play Sea of Thieves with. But it is a very cool game. But I do think that it could be a very cool concept, but it has to be done right. And it's already kind of a red flag. That's not like a red pirate flag. That's an actual red flag. Like that if this game has gotten delayed so many times and gotten pushed back, obviously something isn't right. I do kind of commend them though. If they are going to keep on pushing it back, hopefully that it can have a good release. That's why they do keep on pushing it back. We did recently just get footage for it at the Game Awards, and it looked very good.
It looked cool.
I want to see what's going to be in store for that. I want to know how many crew members we could have. I want to know how many people we could bring onto our ships, how many people we could fight with. And hopefully that will bring light to it. Again, it is by Ubisoft. I just like, it sucks because when Ubisoft publishes a game, like I instantly just like sit there and I'm like what, like what's going to be wrong with it?
Right.
And that's I don't like being like that, but like, it's kind of like, it feels like it's in the writing. And that's why this is the too early Game Awards, because
way too early.
Obviously, we're gonna get a Rise of Kong in there somewhere. Like, but this is like, as of now, this is what we know.
I'm talking about like very large AAA failures,
right?
And when I say failure, I don't mean necessarily that it's going to fail.
DLC.
I just mean that it's not. I just get this feeling that it's not going to explode way past what their budget was, maybe.
Kicking it off, we are going to be giving out the very too early Game of the Year award. Drum roll, please. It will be going to.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think my way too early Game of the Year award is going to go to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah, I really don't see anything right now topping this game. I think this game looks aesthetically pleasing. Obviously, Final Fantasy VII, very successful title. It was very well taken when the first part of it came out. So now that we're getting into the second part of it, and they've already shown that there's going to be like chocobo customization, because I love my little chocobos, man. I'm excited for the chocobo customization. I want to get into that really bad. The world looks very nice. I see a lot of like bright sun every time I watch the gameplay footage. Like you could even see it like in here. Like it's something about like the way the environment looks. It's going to be very good. And already with a great supporting cast that they've already had in Final Fantasy VII, like the earlier one. I see nothing but better. But does that kind of like go back to like talking about games that like get remade or kind of just like re-added to? Like, do you think that's like?
I don't think they should be eligible, but I think it's going to get. I think it's going to be in the mix for sure. If
Right.
Resident Evil 4 can be in the mix, Final Fantasy 7.
It is a new story.
Yeah, I think it'll be in the mix. I think something is going to have to be pretty spectacular to knock it out. Maybe Wukong is going to be that good. Maybe it's like Elden Ring good, and can kind of hold its place. But we also know that I don't know when it's coming out exactly, but we kind of know that anything coming out in the first half of the year isn't really looked at as much as the second half of the year. So this is why these are the way too early awards, because we don't know what's coming down the pipeline from like October to December. So
Tim said, how many times have the re-release, remaster, reimagined Final Fantasy VII? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that, but I'm pretty sure it's not like it's a remake. So there's like Final Fantasy VII. I'm reading it right now. There's like Final Fantasy VII remake, but then there's also Intergrade, and there's also there's Rebirth, which is like, I'm reading it's like a parallel universe. It's kind of like a new story to it. Like touched up graphics, DLC, and then Rebirth is the DLC to Final Fantasy VII.
It's going to be done well. I think it'll, reserve its spot. But again, we don't know what's coming. Maybe Star Wars Outlaws is really good.
Yeah. And then tapping it off with the Gaming Gone Weird Game of the Year. That is the award that we pick for Game of the Year. We have picked Infestation Origins. I'm signing it off. The Game of the Year, Infestation Origins. Wrap it up. Next show, we need to for real figure out a game, because I can't do Infestation 88 or Origins. I just can't.
I have a couple in mind. Oh, for this year or for last year?
This year. This is the gaming.
Okay.
Yeah, because you put Sea of Stars, and I was like, we already been over that. That was the game. That was the Gaming Gone Weird game award last year.
I guess that would have made a lot more sense in December.
This is the very early Gaming Gone Weird Game of the Year pick.
I'm gonna need to do a little more research, and I don't think I've seen enough. Maybe like midway through the year is a better time.
Okay.
Or we could do like a start of the year, a midway through the year, and then a week before.
They do mock drafts all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for being here for another episode of Gaming Gone Weird. This was episode number 66, the first podcast of the year. So thank you guys, man, for all being here. Make sure if you guys like this type of podcast and you guys want to keep on checking up with us, make sure you guys subscribe. Check us out at 8 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. Like, comment, all that type of stuff. I'm going to sign it off to Pete. Pete, go ahead and tell the people what you're working on and where you're at.
Yeah, so you can find me at Ghost Stories Gaming or Ghost Plays Games on all things social. You just look for that. You'll find me right now. We're doing a Let's Play of It Takes Two and Hi-Fi Rush, but I also make short form content on everything. And then for all multiplayer games, you can find me on Twitch.
Thank you for that. Tim, I didn't get your KYN chat from last night because I haven't checked it. I haven't checked it last night or today. But when I talked to our guys that run it, they didn't see anything either. So I will get back to you on that. And if anything, I'll read it Wednesday because I can't pull it up right now.
Maybe we can set up an email where like people can submit questions.
Right. That might be easier too. Yeah, because I got to figure out because I tried to ask for it today and I just didn't. I couldn't.
Because we don't necessarily have access to the back part of the systems.
Yeah.
So maybe if we just like set up a free email or something that we can go in there and like look for questions and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, Tim. But this has been Gaming Gone Weird. My name is Nicktana. Right now I am working on a Dragon Quest Treasures review. And I also am working on playing Dragon Quest Monsters. So Dragon Quest out right now. So I am doing that. If you guys want to catch me anywhere, catch me on X. That sounds weird. At You Love Nicktana. And also check me out on Twitch and YouTube. Also at You Love Nicktana. Check me out everywhere. You Love Nicktana. Other than that, be safe. Tell someone you love them. Keep being weird. Keep gaming. And we'll catch you guys next Wednesday. For Pete talking about Assassin's Creed for a whole 2 hours.
Jason Mimosa out.
Jason Mimosa out.